Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone's doing well this morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. What would you all like to start this morning?
We're gonna start courtroom 2. We're gonna go to probation number 3, Mr. Ernest Cox. Probation is on. Talk to him.
Let's see. Do we have someone on probation? It
I
doesn't.
will try to locate someone, Judge.
Okay, thank you.
Nobody's ready for probation. We can go to position number 3, Mr. Samuel Bryant.
Okay. Mr. Douglas, is this going to be, waive arraignment?
Yes, Your Honor, we'll be waiving arraignment and requesting to address bond at this time.
Let's see. Ms. Tyson, is there a history?
This is Samuel Bryant, correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
Good morning. Good morning, Mr.
morning.
Bryant. I'm Judge Eric Moore. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. You agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Bryant. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
And Ms. Tyson, what's the history?
The defendant has 5 arrest cycles. He has driving without a valid license out of Henry County. Disposition date on that is December 2022. No felony convictions, and look like last arrest was for the simple battery family violence, and the arrest date on that was December 2022. Nothing to add.
What's the current bond, Mr. Jones? Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. It looks like there's $1,000 bond for each count, so I think it's a $6,000 bond.
And what were the facts?
Yes, Your Honor. So the incident took place on 12/23/2022, where Miss Lauren Scott reported to the Atlanta Police Department on December 23rd, 2022, an incident of assault. She informed officers that she was punched in the face by her boyfriend, Mr. Samuel Bryant. Also, there was a Rachel Nim there, which explains the simple battery and then the battery family violence. While Miss Rachel Nim, last name Nemb, was trying to prevent Mr. Bryant from entering the home, Ms. Nim said that she saw Mr. Bryant swing his fist and hit Ms. Scott in the mouth. Additionally, one of the punches that Mr. Bryant threw hit Nim in the back of her head. All of this was done in front of Ms. Lauren Scott's kids. Your Honor, the state is concerned because the defendant has also been harassing the victim from jail and calling, and there's currently a no contact order in place. So we would ask that the bond remain the same, Your Honor.
Yes, Mr. Douglas.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Bryant is 35 years old and he has been in custody in the jail for 16 days. And as a correction, he's held, it's $1,000 cash bond on each charge for a total of $5,000 cash. As we heard from pre-trial, I think his only conviction was a driving charge in 2022. No felony convictions, no FTAs or VOPs. I have a good phone number for Mr. Bryant. He's a lifelong resident of the state of Georgia. I also have a good address for him. He'll be staying with his mom, Pamela Bryant, who is on Zoom, named Pam Bryant with her video turned on as family support. I did talk with her and confirm that he could use this address. So he will have a good address to receive his mail and be aware of any court dates. Mr. Bryant is also a father. He has one 13-year-old daughter that he has full custody of that is currently residing with Ms. Bryant that he wants to continue providing for. He also has an 11-year-old daughter who stays with the birth mother, who is not related to this case, but he does pay child support and wants to continue meeting his financial obligations. He's currently working on his general studies online degree, where he wants to one day coach high school football. His brother is the football coach at Grayson High School. While he's studying, he's working in general wholesale distribution as a forklift operator. And it's my understanding that that job is still waiting for him. So we will continue to be able to provide for his family if given the opportunity. Your Honor, Mr. Bryant cannot pay, or his family cannot pay the $5,000 cash bond. We're asking to convert that to a surety bond. We'd ask for a $3,000 surety bond. As stated, this case and the prior case, Mr. Bryant maintains his innocence in all open cases. Other than that, we would ask for a sheriff's escort to retrieve any personal property from the shared home. And Mr. Bryant is clear that moving forward, he can have no further contact with either alleged victim. I've made that very clear when speaking with him.
Your Honor, if I may just provide a little bit more clarity on why there's a cash bond. So on the 22 CR 007109Y case, that's another family violence with the same exact victim. So here we are again with the same victim in which he has put his hands on, knowing that this was the mother of his child, as he stated, and this child was present when this incident happened. So that's the reason for the cash bond.
And what was the date of the previous or battery family violence charge?
Give me 1 second so I can re-pull it up.
That was December the 3rd of last year, Your Honor. It was Judge Melanie Williams. It looks like it's a $10,000 surety bond that was in place.
Okay, so tell me again, Mr. Walker, December 3rd of 2022,
Yes, Your Honor.
that bond was what?
$10,000 surety by Judge Williams.
So,
And then this happened on December 23rd. So less than 20 days later.
and he was out of custody, and then reoffended while he was on the $10,000 surety bond.
That is my understanding. There was a no further violent contact in place as a condition of that bond, but he was out in custody and then he reoffended, and that's the basis for this case that's before the court today.
Okay, and
Your Honor, if I may respond briefly.
yes, go ahead.
I want to thank Mr. Walker for pointing out the no further violent contact. Just to add, this incident occurred when Mr. Bryant was attempting to retrieve property from the house, and that altercation allegedly escalated. I don't think that would be an issue moving forward. He's clear now that it would no longer be no further violent contact. It would be no further contact at all. And if Your Honor would allow him to get property from the alleged victim's location, he understands that he could not do that himself this time. He would need a sheriff's escort to ensure that there's no interaction or any issues.
And as stated earlier by the state, we have concern for the victim, Ms. Scott, because the current bond in this case is a no contact, and the defendant has been contacting the victim from jail, asking her to bail him out. So he's still violating the conditions, even though he's still incarcerated. So we're asking that the bond remains the same and that the defendant is reminded of said conditions of no contact as the current bond.
All right, and the current bond is $1,000 for each charge and everything. Is that right?
It's $5,000 cash bond.
So
$5,000 cash bond.
$5,000 cash bond, not $6,000. Okay. I think given the nature of this case, Mr. Dodos, and the fact that he not only violated the first bond, but he's been in violation since he's been in custody with no further contact. I'm not inclined to go against the $10,000 surety should have been revoked when this new allegation came about. someone made a determination, and I don't see any circumstances changed since the other judge made the determination. The only thing that's changed is that he violated the no further contact, which means no contact whatsoever, no phone contact, no internet contact, no personal contact, no social media contact, absolutely no contact whatsoever. And I'm sure that the state would argue that, given that there has been contact, that this is also an intimidation, a possible intimidation of a witness. So it's very difficult for me, and anyone that knows me knows that I'm not so much in favor of a cash bond, but I'm also not in favor of violations of a judge's order. So we haven't only had a violation of a judge's order with the December 3rd allegation, but we also had a violation of the judge's order for the December 23rd alleged allegations. So I'm not so inclined to move what another judge has already put in place for Mr. Bryant. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. I believe my client has a question. If we could put on mute noise.
Sure.
Next, Your Honor, can we go back to probation number 3, Mr. Ernest Cox?
Okay, do we have someone from probation on? Yeah,
Yeah, Shauna, good morning. So sorry I'm late.
you're fine, Ms. Harris. Good morning. Good morning, Mr. Cox. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the probation revocation calendar that we are conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yeah. Good morning.
Good morning. Officer Norris,
Yes, sir.
I also see that we have a Madam Interpreter on this one. We just wanted to make sure that if she's going to be needed, that we've made accommodations for her or this morning.
Okay, not a problem.
Yes, I do. So I just wanted to let you know, if you didn't know, I just wanted to make sure that you knew that she was here. And
I seen her, Your Honor.
okay, all right, thank you. I appreciate it. Good morning, Madam Interpreter. We'll be with you when we can. Yes, Ms. Harris.
Your Honor, is it Mrs. or Mr. Cox?
Yes.
Oh, Mr. Cox, yes. He was sentenced on June the 18th, 2018 to just pay a fine of $687.50. Mr. Cox has failed to report to our office and make that payment. Probation recommendation is just give him time for served and to close his case.
Good morning, Mr. McLean.
Good morning, Your Honor. He does understand that recommendation, appreciates it, and that's all there is.
Okay, I'll accept probation's recommendation. Good luck to you, Mr. Cox.
All right, thank you.
Next, we have position 4 and position number 5, Mr. Darrell Calloway on the SAP calendar.
Okay.
And this is going to be a negotiated plea, Your Honor.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Calloway. I'm Judge Eric Moore. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Can you raise your right hand for me?
Sir.
Can you raise your right hand for me?
Yes, sir.
You swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court, be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Sir, I do, sir.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you, Mr. Calloway.
Very well, sir.
Yes, Mr. Jones.
Yes, Your Honor. So in case 23 CR 00749G, the state's recommendation is going to be 12 months to serve 6 days, credit for time served 3 days, balance suspended, and a stay away from 5 Cleveland Avenue. That's a Shell's gas station.
Okay, and for top 5,
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
position 5.
Yep. Position 5 is going to be 12 months to serve 156 days, credit for time served 78 days, balance suspended, and a stay away from the same location.
Mr. Douglas?
Yes, Your Honor, that's my understanding of the plea, and we do stipulate the factual basis, venue, and ID for the purpose of both of these pleas.
Mr. Calloway, it's my understanding that in case 23 CR 0000749G, you wish to plead guilty to criminal trespass, and in case 23 CR 0002877G, you wish to plead guilty to possession of marijuana less than an ounce of criminal trespass. Is that correct?
Sir, yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
Sir, yes, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your counsel's representation?
Sir, I am, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Sir, I do, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
Sir, they haven't, sir.
I'll accept your negotiated plea, Mr. Calloway. You understand you can't go back to that Shell gas station. You understand that?
Sir, I do, sir.
All right. Good luck to you, Mr. Calloway.
Sir, thank you, sir.
Your Honor, can I have the Spanish interpreter call 404-612-2392? And I'll put her, Mike, and Mr. Roman on the conference call.
Can you please give me the phone number again?
404-612-2392.
I'm calling you now, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
And next, we're gonna go to position number 2, Mr. Jeffrey Baker.
Are you waiting arraignment, Mr. Dutters?
1 second, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor, we are waiving your arraignment today. And I'll file that paperwork shortly.
And so that's so if we're gonna waive arraignment, do we need Mr. Baker for anything further this morning?
Nothing further, Your Honor. I spoke with Mr. Baker, and at this point, bond is moved.
Okay, Mr. Baker, your case will be returned to the division judge, and you'll get notification of your next hearing date, sir. Good luck to you.
No. Can I say something?
I'm not sure who's speaking, but who's? Okay, I don't see anyone on the line. Who looks like next?
Next, Your Honor, we have position number 7, Mr. William Dixon. Position number 7.
And Your Honor, we might need to hold on that. I just sent a message to Mr. Jones regarding position 7.
Yes, Your Honor, we can hold on that.
Okay.
You could not speak.
I'm sorry, I'm not sure who's trying to speak.
This is Miss Clark. I was
Okay.
trying to speak on behalf of Mr. Baker. She told me to appear in court.
Okay. Miss Clark, we have disposed of Mr. Baker this morning. His attorney waived his arraignment, so his case is being returned to the division judge. You'll get notification of his next hearing date in the matter. That's all I can tell you this morning regarding Mr. Baker, as there's nothing more to do with him. If you want, I'm not sure who you are, Ms. Clark. I'm not sure if you're the victim or if you're a relative, or if you're a victim, you need to get in touch with the solicitor's office. If you're a relative, you can possibly get in touch with either Mr. Baker or his attorney.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome, ma'am. Have a good day. Who do we have
You
next?
too.
Next, Your Honor, we have position number 10 and position number 11, Mr. Gillespie.
Thank you, Your Honor. If I could just go on mute to ask my client one question.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. We are ready to proceed. I will note for position 11, that is a FTA. I sent a proof of incarceration. I didn't know who the ASG would be. I sent that to Mr. Walker, but I can email that to Mr. Jones. But Mr. Gillespie, we would have to set that aside as he was incarcerated and did not intentionally miss his court date. For position 10, it'll be a waiver of arraignment.
Have you all received that, Mr. Jones?
1 second to confirm.
I have it, Your Honor. That's fine. I received it.
Okay, so we're gonna set aside position 11 and there's a waiver on position number 10. As such, Mr. Gillespie, your case will be returned to your division judge and you'll get notification of your next hearing date.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thank you for reminding me. Get you the number in a second. All right, so I can take you then. Yes.
Next, Your Honor, we have position number 16 and position number 17, Mr. Mangum, James Mangum.
And this is gonna be a negotiated plea.
Yes, Your Honor. Position 16 will be negotiated, and that should mean a no prop for 17.
Good morning, Mr. Mangum. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Good morning, sir.
Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you, sir. Mr. Jones?
Yes, Your Honor. So the state's recommendation for this plea is going to be 12 months to serve 46 days. Credit for time served 23 days, balance probated and stay away, but it should be suspended because I don't see any conditions. Oh, yes, I'm sorry. The stay away is from the Hamilton E. Holmes MARTA station.
And it's balance suspended?
Balance suspended.
Okay. Mr. Dotis?
Yes, Your Honor. We do stipulate to the factual basis, venue, and ID for the purpose of this plea. Instead of the stay away, this case did occur in 2021, so we would just ask if it could be worded as comply with any active MARTA.
Your Honor, and our only contention would just be that he was on a 365-day MARTA suspension when this incident happened. And additionally, they added an additional 30 days. So he's still not complying with, although this happened in 2021, he still didn't comply with the active suspension at this point.
Is there still an active suspension?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna have him abide by any active MARTA suspensions, given that this is a 2021 case. Anything further, Mr. Dotis?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Mr. Mangum, it's my understanding that in case 21 CR 007468J, you wish to plead guilty to criminal trespass and fare evasion. Is that correct?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes.
Anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
I'll accept your plea as negotiated, Mr. Mangum. You to abide by any active MARTA suspensions, okay? Good luck to you, sir. Who do we have next?
Next, Your Honor, we're gonna go to the interpreter case, position 26 and 27, Mr. Roman Hurtado.
Okay. And this is going to be a negotiated plea and denial process.
Well, today, Your Honor, I think because the conditions of the plea are not yet going to be met, I think I need to ask for next week for a reset when the interpreter who's familiar with the case is available. That's going to be on Thursday, the 25th, 9 days from now. I can report that we continue to make progress. We're plodding away day by day. We've talked to Grady, we've talked to Mercy Care, we've talked to, the first day we had talked to Atlanta Mission, and we're going to be talking to service providers, and we'll just keep plugging away until we get it. We have found out that Grady has a specialized liver care group or center, and that is encouraging. So as soon as we have something to report, we'll let the court know if there's a possibility of going early, but otherwise, I would foresee 9 days from now, Thursday, the 25th of May, as being the day I believe we'll have something wrapped up.
Mr. Walker?
I mean, the only condition is an ADET. I don't know if everything has to be figured out to say prior to his release, but I mean, he'll be essentially on 11 months of probation. So I don't see why we couldn't take the plea today, but.
It's the housing. The court wanted to make sure that everything was in place, and
Okay.
going with that.
Right. Okay, well, I don't mind if we reset it till following Thursday after next Thursday. So is Madam Court Reporter available at that time?
Yes, sir. I've already put it on my calendar.
Okay, thank you. And
Yeah.
does he need to have Madam Interpreter explain to him, Mr. McLean, that his case is going to be reset until the 25th?
I have already said everything on the phone call, but I'll be glad to repeat it if you want me to.
Okay,
sir.
no, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure that he knows. So if he already knows, that's fine with the court.
He doesn't. He said that's fine if there is no other option.
Okay, well, we said it, we'll reset it to the 25th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you,
All right,
sir.
thank you.
Would you need me for somebody else, sir?
Do we need Madam Interpreter for anyone else this morning?
No, Your Honor.
All right.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you. You too. See you soon. Thank you.
Next, Your Honor, we have positions 20 through 23, 20, 21, 22, and 23, Mr. Muldrow.
These are going to be non-process and negotiated, please.
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor. On the calendar, let me mention that 20 has on the calendar mentioned 7/30/2021 as the date of occurrence. That's actually incorrect. The date of occurrence there would be 7/25/22. The figure shown for position 23 on the calendar page itself is correct. So one is an almost 1-year-old trespass. The other is an almost 2-year-old trespass.
Okay. Mr. Walker?
Yes, for position 20, it's going to be 12 months to serve, 24 hours, credit for time served, 24 hours, balance suspended with the condition of a stay away of Lenox Square Mall. That address is 3393 Peachtree Road.
Okay, and for 23?
It's going to be the same recommendation, 12 months to serve, 24 hours, credit for time served, 24 hours, balance suspended with the condition of a stay away of Lenox Square Mall, 3393 Peachtree Road.
Okay. Good morning. Let me address Mr. Modron. Good morning, Mr. Modron. I'm Judge Eric Mora. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, Your Honor.
Can you raise your right hand for me?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you swear from the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. Yes, Mr. McLean.
Yeah, yes, Your Honor, he simply stipulates to venue identification and factual basis and asks the court to accept that those terms as a negotiated plea.
Okay, Mr. Modron, it's my understanding that in case 22 CR 004878H, you wish to plead guilty to criminal trespass. And in case 22 CR 004084H, you wish to plead guilty to criminal trespass. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, Your Honor.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, Your Honor.
I'll accept your pleas as negotiated, Mr. Modron. You understand you can't go back to Lenox Square, right?
For at least a year or two, or not at all, Your Honor.
I'll let you talk to your counsel about that, but.
Yes, I understand, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you, sir.
No problem.
Thank you.
Next, Your Honor, we have position number 31, Mr. Teague.
This is also a negotiated plea.
That's correct, Your Honor. It is. There are involved two classes that are different from each other, and that's the main distinction in this case compared to others.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Teague. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me? So you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you, Mr. Teague. Mr. Walker.
Yes, Your Honor, the state's recommendation is 12 months to serve 88 days. Credit for time served of 44 days, balance probated with the conditions of a theft or an anti-theft course, 40 hours community service, 6 weeks of anger management, a stay away from the incident location, which is the Metro PCS, located at 1674 Donald Lee Hollowell Parkway, and no further contact with Deandra Watson.
Mr. McLean.
Your Honor, he stipulates the three necessary elements and asks the court to accept this negotiated plea of guilty.
Mr. Teague, it's my understanding that in case 22 CR 006703G, you wish to plead guilty to theft by shoplifting and terroristic threats and acts. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at the present time?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your counsel's representation?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated. Is there any objection to once he completes the terms that it go to a non-reporting status?
No objection.
Okay, and once you complete the terms, Mr. Teague, it'll go to your probation will go to a non-reporting status. So the sooner you get this done, the sooner you don't have to report to probation, okay?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, I did mention to him that I would ask the court to consider a financial break if possible, since both the theft class, which is likely to be 4 to 6 hours, and the anger class, which is 6 hours, both of them are going to cost it.
I'm willing to let him go non-reporting. He should be able to get everything else done in at least a couple of months. So I think that he should be able to afford the probation for that period of time.
Understood, Your Honor.
Good luck to you, sir.
Next, we have position number 32, Jonathan Thomas.
This is also a negotiated plea.
It is, Your Honor. It's a suspended sentence.
Good morning, Mr. Thomas. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me, Mr. Thomas? Do you swear from the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you, sir. Mr. Walker?
Yes, Your Honor, the state's recommendation is 12 months to serve, 32 days, credit for time served, 16 days. Balance suspended with the condition of a stay away from the interlock located at 1115 Howe Mill Road.
Mr. McLean?
Your Honor, I believe that is some kind of residential facility, and he understands that he will stay away from there. He asked the court to accept his negotiated plea as he stipulates to venue identification and factual basis.
Mr. Thomas, it's my understanding that in case 23 CR 002686C, you wish to plead guilty to criminal trespass. Is that correct?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, I'm not.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your counsel's representation?
Yes, I am.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury? You don't want a jury trial, do you?
I don't.
Okay. Has anybody forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
I will accept your negotiated plea, Mr. Thomas. Good luck to you.
All right.
Thank you.
What was the sentence?
It's a suspended sentence, just don't.
Next, Your Honor, we have position 24. Mr. Kevin Nettles, position 24.
This is going to be an arraignment.
I'm sorry, if I might have just a moment, Your Honor.
Okay.
Tonight, my client has thought about it and would like to change over to the negotiated plea. We did discuss the elements of it, and so I believe he is well aware of what he's doing.
All right. Mr. Nettles, good morning. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. I see you have your right hand up. Thank you. Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can put your hand down. Thank you, sir. Yes, Mr. Walker.
Yes, the state's recommendation is 12 months to serve, 32 days, credit for time served of 16 days. Balance probated with the conditions of an ADET. No further contact with the victim, Gail Santelli, and stay away from the incident location. I have that as 2310 Borge Road. That's spelled BORGE Road.
Any objection to non-reporting once he completes the ADET?
No objection.
Mr. McLean?
Your Honor, we discussed where to go get an ADET. He knows it will be his responsibility to get that done. We asked the court to accept the negotiated plea of guilty, as he does stipulate to venue factual basis and identification.
Okay.
Because of the switch over, Your Honor, it'll take just a second for him to give contact information for JCS.
You're fine, Mr. McLean. Let me know when Mr. Nettles is ready to proceed.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Nettles, it's my understanding that in case 23 CR 002675F, you wish to plead guilty to criminal trespass, disorderly conduct, and willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your counsel's representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept your plea as negotiated, Mr. Nettles. As soon as you complete the terms of the probation, it'll go to a non-reporting status. So as soon as you get that done, as soon as you won't have to report to probation, okay?
Okay, thank you, sir.
All right, good luck to you, Mr. Nettles.
All right, thank you very much, sir. All right.
Your Honor, the only person I have left in courtroom 2 is position number 7, Mr. William Dixon.
Okay. Are we still needing, have you all spoken on Mr. Dixon's case?
We have, Your Honor. We are okay with the global offer. I'm just trying to figure out how his time served on the other case, but we are okay with the global disposition for this.
Okay, and when you say global, is there a case on here that needs to be added on or that I don't have?
There is a case that you can go, Mr. Doty.
Mr. Jones.
There's a case that needs to be added. It's going to be 21 CR 006540C. And there's a FTA that's also associated with it, which is 23 FTA 000380 that we will know price.
Okay, so let me make sure I have this right. So the other case is 21 CK
CR. Yes.
006540C.
Yes.
And that is, what's that charge?
Public indecency.
All right. And for the first position 7, I have 12 months to serve, 32 days, credit for time served, 66 days, balance suspended, and a stay away. Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and where's the stay away from?
The stay away is going to be from the Civic Center train station, 435 West Peachtree Street, Northeast, Atlanta, Georgia.
And what's the recommendation for the second case?
Mr. Dotis, do you have the amount of days?
It didn't look like he ever has gotten credit for this in Odyssey. I guess if we could, I don't know if this would work, we just word it as time served, balance suspended, or do we need to have?
We need to have days down.
Okay. I don't see anything on Odyssey saying this ever held him. Doesn't sound like Mr. Jones did either. I'm not sure what the best way to word this would be. Or if we could, there'd be any interest in just no crossing the seconds, public indecency.
We could word it as to serve 24 hours, credit for time served for 24 hours.
Okay.
Okay. And is there a stay away?
I'm sorry. Yes, Your Honor. I'm getting the address now.
Okay. Did you get over that, Casey?
I'm working on it.
Okay, thank you.
So what I don't have is the FTA or the one that they added. What was the FTA?
You need the number? 23 FTA 000380.
Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor. And that address is going to be 2561 Piedmont Road.
Okay. Anything further, Mr. Jones?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Mr. Dixon, good morning. I'm not sure if have I already sworn him in?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear from the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Dixon. Mr. Dotis?
Yes, Your Honor, we do stipulate to the factual basis, venue, and idea, and are prepared to go forward with the 2 negotiated pleas, as well as no crossing the FTA. For case number 20 CR 001221C, which was position 7, this case occurred in 2020 at a MARTA station. So instead of a stay away, we would ask it be worded as comply with any active MARTA suspensions to ensure that Mr. Dixon is not prohibited from traveling as needed on whatever he needs to do throughout the city.
Okay. Any objection to that, Mr. Jones?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Dixon, it's my understanding that in case 20 CR 001221C, you wish to plead guilty to public indecency, and in case 21 CR 006540C, you wish to plead guilty to public indecency. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, I'm not, Your Honor.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Is anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, Your Honor.
I'll accept the pleas as negotiated, Mr. Dixon, and we're gonna word the MARTA as you must comply with any active MARTA suspensions, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you, Mr. Dixon.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Is that everyone in courtroom 2?
That is correct. You have a roving officer logging on.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Let's see, who's representing Mr. Pitts? This is for the DV bench warrant case.
Yes, Your Honor, that'll be me.
It appears that he's having trouble logging on. Have you noticed that?
Yes, I spoke with him. I see Mr. Jordan's also been messaging him. He's tried logging out. I did have a phone call to try to address those issues earlier, so hopefully we can get it resolved shortly. He understands that he's early, so hopefully he has time to resolve these issues.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that everyone was aware that he's trying to get on the call.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Officer Milton.
I'm going to get Ms. Grimes, Ms. Title, Ms. Rhodes, and Ms. Long.
Okay, we'll be waiting for you.
I thank you for your patience, Your Honor. I really appreciate your patience.
You're fine.
Okay, I'll be back.
Okay, we'll be in recess until someone returns.
I have position number 19, if you guys are ready.
Okay. And this is going to be an arraignment.
Andrew, let me interrupt you for a minute. Is you saying I'm still on duty?
That's my understanding, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Okay, we're off mute. That's some other stuff that you have.
19.
Okay, we're off mute. 19 is Mr. McDowell, and that's not guilty. We wait formal reading of the accusation, ask court to remind him of court dates and tell him about the standard of proof.
Okay, good morning, Mr. McDowell. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video? 3 South. I'm not sure if that's 3 South that I'm getting the feedback from.
No, it's not 3 South, because we're the only 2 out here. I'm not sure where it is.
Okay. Do you agree to have your case heard by video, Mr. McDowell? We're doing this by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video? Is my question.
Yes.
Can you raise your right hand for me? You swear from the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. McDowell, you can charge in case 23 CR 0027588E with battery family violence. This charge carries with it a maximum penalty of 12 months in jail and or $1,000 fine. It's my understanding that you waive formal reading of the accusation, Mr. McLean.
That's correct, Your Honor. We do wait formal reading of the accusation itself.
How do you plead, Mr. McDowell? Guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
We'll record your not guilty plea. Your case will be returned to the division judge, and you'll get notification of your next hearing date. Good luck to you, sir.
Okay.
Who do we have next?
Position 1 and 2, Mr. Bolden. Bolton.
1 and 2.
He's
I believe it's on the probation calendar.
Yes. Okay. Ms. Harris, are you ready?
Yes, Sean, I'm sorry about that.
No problem. Just wanted to make sure you were with me.
Oh, yes, I was.
Good, thank you. Good morning, Mr. Bolton. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the probation revocation calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Yes, Ms. Harris.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Bolton was sentenced to probation on August 30th, 2022 to 12 months to complete the domestic violence classes. As of today, Mr. Bolton has not reported to our office or started the classes. He has 6 months and 10 days remaining on his case. Probation recommendation is to revoke the remaining balance.
Mr. Douglas.
Thank you, Your Honor. I spoke with Mr. Bolton yesterday, and we would request to reinstate Mr. Bolton and allow him the opportunity to complete the FVIP classes. I have a good phone number and address for Mr. Bolton. He'll be staying with his mother. I also have her address. Mr. Bolton is a father. He has 2 kids that he sees on the weekends, and he also voluntarily supports them financially and is a part of their life as much as possible. Following his release on the underlying case, Mr. Bolton lost his job while he was in custody, and he didn't know what to do. He didn't have any money or a place to stay. As soon as he looked at the cost of the FVIP classes, his heart just sank and he didn't know what to do. He was clear. He provided me information so I could tell that he did look into it, but he made a poor decision to not meet with his probation officer to try to work out a solution, and instead just tried to just focus on a job and not think about it. He understands that that was a mistake and not what he should have done, but I don't believe that that will be an issue moving forward. He currently has a job, a steady job at Blaze Steak and Seafood, doing security, as well as other very security contracts that provide him with steady pay every week. And he understands that if given the opportunity, he needs to immediately report for the FVIP classes. I also, to ensure that he knows his options and knows where to report, I'm of course going to provide him with probation's contact information. But I've also gone ahead and, as he mentioned that he had trouble knowing what his options were for the class, I printed off a complete list of our known FVIP courses so that he can find one that works for him. So we would just ask for him to have the opportunity to be reinstated and complete this program with the 6 months remaining.
How often is he supposed to report, Ms. Harris?
Once a month.
Anything further, Mr. Dotis?
Nothing at this time. If we are reinstated, I do have stable contacts, and I will provide probation with an updated contact sheet.
Okay. Mr. Bolton, if people often have difficulties with things in life, but if you just go missing, then we have to track you down, and you know that ultimately you're going to be sitting right where you're sitting today. If you keep in touch with people, let them know that you're having difficulties, they're much more inclined to be empathetic and sympathetic with you, because they don't have to track you down. They don't, they know what's going on with you. If they don't know what's going on with you, we just assume that you're just thumbing your nose at the court system, that you're not doing what you promised us that you would do, and that that you have no desire to get that done. So I want you to be able to take these classes. I want you to be able to complete the program. So I am going to reinstate you, but I'm going to reinstate you on some conditions. The number one condition is that if you miss one time of reporting to probation, then I'm going to have Officer Harris bring you back here. And I'm going to revoke the balance of whatever probation that you're on. I'm going to give you 2 weeks to enroll in the domestic violence classes. If you don't enroll in the class in the next 2 weeks, I'm going to have Officer Harris get you back here, and I'm going to revoke the remainder of the probation. So,
is Officer Harris, that's my probation officer?
Yes.
Okay.
So if you don't report and if you don't start your classes, then whatever balance that you have is going to be revoked. So if I hear next month that you have not reported, then that's going to be 5 months you're going to be in custody. Okay. And it'll go from there. So I'm going to give you the opportunity to do the right thing, but I'm only going to give you this opportunity this one time. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. We're in agreement?
Yes.
You're going to get that done, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Good luck to you, Mr. Bolton. Don't disappoint me.
I will not.
All right. Thank you,
All
sir.
right. Thank you.
That concludes my business, Your Honor. May I be excused?
Yes, thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Thank you.
Position 14, Mr. Jones.
Were you able to interview him, Mr. Dotis?
I need a phone call to courtroom 2 from 4 North, Duffy. I need to speak with my client for that. I was unable to speak with him.
All right. Are you able to call courtroom 2, 4 North?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
You need to talk to both on 4 North.
Who is the other position?
Position 8.
Position 8, I was able to speak with him earlier. He was on 2 South yesterday, I believe. I'm happy to take him now if you want, or if you would like me to do the phone call first, Duffy, whatever's easiest for you.
We'll go ahead and do 8, Mr. Ely.
Okay.
Mr. Ely, come here. Go sit over there. You got to talk to your attorney.
And this is going to be a non-negotiated plea, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor, we would request to use a inter plea of NOLO, as my understanding is Mr. Eli has not used that in the past 5 years. And the only issue at this point is jail time.
Okay. Let's see. Good morning, Mr. Ely. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir. Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, sir. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can put your hand down. Let's see, Ms. Tyson, given that this is not negotiated, do you have his history for me?
Yes, Judge. Looks like the defendant has 2 arrest cycles out of Georgia. The last arrest being the case that's on the calendar, and the previous arrest was out of DeKalb County. Arrest was December 2022 for a battery family violence. No disposition is listed for that. And the defendant also has 1 arrest cycle out of Virginia. It looks like he was convicted of a misdemeanor DUI, and that was in, let's see. It appears the date on that one is July of 2020. Nothing to add, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Jones?
Yes, Your Honor. So the facts briefly here was on September 25th of 2022, a 911 call was placed by the roommate of our victim, Kiana Webb, regarding a dispute at 410 Temple Street. Officers responded and documented Ms. Webb's injuries. However, when the detective followed up, Ms. Webb, the victim, advised officers that she was in an argument with her boyfriend, the defendant. And during the argument, the defendant took her phone and would not give it back. So she attempted to snatch it from him. And it was at that time that he punched her in the mouth, resulting in a busted lip and visible swelling. Your Honor, the state is concerned about the intimidation of witnesses here. There is an open battery family violence out of DeKalb involving the same victim. Also, the defendant fled the scene. The state's recommendation was 12 months to serve 120 days. Credit for time served 16 days. The balance probated, no further contact, a stay away, and a FVIP class. We feel like that offer is more than reasonable, given that the defendant has an open case with the same victim out of DeKalb County. He fled the scene, a risk of intimidation, as this was his girlfriend. So that's why we would ask for the court to approve our offer.
Okay. He doesn't have any convictions except for the DUI is what I've heard. Is that right?
That's correct, Your Honor. And he has no felony convictions, just the 2 cycles out of Georgia and the 1 out of Virginia for the DUI.
Okay. Yes, Mr. Donis.
Thank you, Your Honor. As we heard, outside of the DUI, there were no convictions, no felonies. I didn't hear any violation of probations. In the other battery family violence, Mr. Eli maintains his innocence at this point and disputes the allegations in that case. In this case, we would just ask, instead of serving the 120 days, read a serve 32 days credit for 16 days. I have good contact information, a good phone number, and a good address, as well as a relative in the area to provide probation. And Mr. Eli understands that he needs to report to probation and begin those FVIP classes immediately. He's clear. My understanding is Mr. Eli is clear on having no contact with the alleged victim. I do understand that they share a child, so we would ask for third-party contact if Your Honor would grant that. Again, I don't see the alleged victim to hear from her, but I think that Mr. Eli understands what's asked of him and wants to get started on the conditions of probation to get his life back on track and I'm going to provide him with contact information for probation, as well as a list of FVIP classes in his area so that he knows to report and get a jump start on those. He knows what's required of those classes. He knows that one slip up or missing even one class will end him up right back in here. But he wants the opportunity to take those classes and get everything back on track.
Okay, thank you. Anything further, Mr. Jones?
Yes, Your Honor. The state will also object to the use of a NOLO plea for this particular charge.
And tell me the victim's name again.
Yes, Your Honor. So the victim name is going to be Akaya Webb, and that's Kiaya Webb, Webb.
Okay. Mr. Douglas, I'm willing to give him the 32 and 16 as far as serve 32 days, credit for time served 16 days, as I think that's in line with a first battery family violence charge in general. But I'm not going to allow him to use the no. So if he wants to plead guilty to the charge, I'll accept that with no additional jail time and the rest of the conditions that the state's recommending.
Thank you, Your Honor. I will need to speak with my client then, because as this is battery family violence and he has another open one, without that no, though, I'm not sure if we can go forward.
Okay, I understand. So I think that you have two people that you need to speak with at 4 North. So if you want to go ahead and get that done, we'll come back to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, can we just do a breakout session since?
Oh, that's fine. Mr. Donors?
Yes, there's no one else in courtroom too. We can do it here or through my laptop, whatever's easiest.
Okay, who do we have in medical?
This is Miss Armstrong, position 1 and add-on 1.
Okay. I thought she was a Grady loan out. Have you all spoken with her?
I'll need to speak with her in a breakout room afterwards. I was told she was a Grady.
Okay, so those are all Mr. Dodez's clients, and he needs to speak with them all. So do you want to start with the breakout in 4 North, and we'll come back to Ms. Armstrong?
That sounds good, Your Honor.
Okay, and I guess we'll be in recess until you're able to accomplish that.
Your Honor, I do have an announcement for position 18.
Okay.
He refused to come to court.
18.
Yes.
Let's see.
Your Honor, I represent Mr. McCrary, number 18. That's a not guilty anyway, so that's not truly a problem. I tell people that today is an opportunity to engage in a plea bargaining session or a non-negotiated plea, but that all cases are marching towards trial regardless if something else doesn't happen. So he understands what his case is. And
You file a waiver in that case, Mr. McLean, so we don't have to reschedule him.
we'd be glad to, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
He just wants to-
Okay, I guess we'll be in recess until someone comes back.
So I've done. No.
Ladies, no talking. Your Honor, ACDC is ready.
Are any of those cases, Mr. McLean's cases, Mr. Doda is away in a breakout room, so we can take any that are Mr. McLean's cases.
Mr. McLean's, I think he said he had to talk them. The last position 25 and position 33 are his.
That's correct, Your Honor. I need to interview 25 and 33 now. That should be.
Is it possible we can do a breakout, Your Honor?
That's fine with me. No, is anyone in court with you, Mr. McLean?
I don't have Mr. Dotis's, well, yes, we can do the breakout right here on the main screen, sure.
And do you mind just being placed in a breakout room with ACDC?
No, Your Honor, that's fine.
Okay. All right, so if we can place Mr. Courtroom 2 and ACDC in the breakout room.
Mr. Pitts, you need to pull over to the side of the road.
Yes, Mr. Davis.
Yes, Your Honor. I explained for position 8, I spoke with my client. I explained the consequences, the potential consequences and everything, and he has informed me that he does want to go forward with a plea today.
Okay, and this is this position 8, Mr. Ely?
Yes.
sir.
Okay. Okay, let me start from the top. Good morning, Mr. Ely. I'm Judge Eric Mora. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Good morning. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
You can put your hand down. Thank you, sir. Mr. Jones?
Yes, Your Honor. So per Your Honor's ruling earlier, the state's original recommendation was 12 months to serve 120 days, credit for time served 16, but Your Honor ruled 12 months to serve 32 days, credit for time served 16. The balance is going to be probated. There is to be no further contact with Ms. Kiaya Webb, a stay away, and a and family FVIB. Also, Your Honor, during the break, I had an opportunity to review our notes, and there may be another name that the victim goes by, and I just want to make sure that we have all of the names for the no further contact.
Okay.
And that name is going to be a Daisha Webb, and it's spelled Daisa Webb, Webb.
Okay. Thank you. Anything further, Mr. Davis?
Nothing Your Honor, because he will be on FVIP classes and he understands that he will have to pay for those himself, we would request this court to waive Mr. Ilay's probation fees, and if you could switch to non-reporting status upon completion of the class.
Is he working?
Mr. Are you working right now? I don't have that information.
Yes, sir. I'm working.
Okay.
Okay.
Where are you working?
I work full-time at UPS.
Okay. Doesn't sound like he has a financial hardship, Mr. Davis. Anything further?
Nothing further, Your Honor. We do stipulate to the factual basis, venue, and idea.
Mr. Ely, it's my understanding that in case 23 CR 002737C, you wish to plead guilty to battery family violence. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea, your plea, Mr. Ely. The court sentence is going to be 12 months to serve 32 days, credit for time served 16 days, the balance probated. No further contact with either Ms. Kia Webb or Daisha Webb. Stay away from her residence. It's my understanding that there are minor children involved. I'm not going to keep you from your children, but you have to have third-party contact with any minor children, which means that you have to get a third party for visitation, okay? The Family Violence Intervention Program. And as soon as you complete the terms of the probation, it will go to a non-reporting status, okay?
Okay.
All right. Good luck to you, Mr. Ely.
Thank you, Your Honor. Come on.
And Your Honor, position 14 will be a negotiated plea.
Okay. Good morning, is this Mr. Jones?
Yes, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Jones. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
You can put your hand down. Thank you. Yes, Mr. Jones.
Yes, Your Honor. So for Mr. Jermaine Jones, the state's recommendation is going to be 12 months to serve, 22 days, credit for time served, 11 days. Balance is going to be probated because of the anti-theft class, and they stay away from 4735 State Route 138, Union City, Georgia. That is a Walmart.
Mr. Dotis?
Thank you, Your Honor. That's our understanding of the offer. We do stipulate to the factual basis, venue, and ID for the purpose of this plea. Mr. Jones is currently residentially challenged and does not currently have a job. I've provided him with a list of resources to assist with housing and getting back on his feet. So we would ask this court to waive his probation fees and switch him over to non-reporting status upon completion of the anti-theft class.
Ms. Tyson, what is Mr. Jones's history?
Your Honor, give me 1 second. Actually, I just closed it. Give me 1 second.
Okay. And Marquez Jones, what did he take from Walmart?
It was some electronics, Your Honor, but of course it was recovered before he left the store.
Okay. That's fine, Ms. Tyson. Anything further, Mr. Dotis, Mr. Jones?
No, Your Honor.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Jones, it's my understanding that in case 23 CR 002855A, you wish to plead guilty to theft by shoplifting and criminal trespass. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at the present time?
No.
You
I sold nothing but food. Can I say that at least? Yes. All right. Sorry.
You have a question, Mr. Jones?
Yeah, I just had something to say. Mr. Marquez Jones said that I had stole some electronics. Your Honor, only thing I stole was strictly food, candy, and 2 beers. No electronics.
Okay.
I mean, I was hungry. I apologize.
It's my understanding that, let me go back to my original question. Mr. Jones, are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir. I am not under the influence of any drugs or alcohol.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir. I
Has
understand.
anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
Okay, I'm going to accept your plea of guilty, Mr. Jones. The court sentence is going to be 12 months to serve, 22 days, credit for time served, 11 days, balance suspended. Mr. Dotis, I want to, if you have not, I want you to get Mr. Jones, a social worker, so that you can help him with housing, okay?
Yes, Your Honor. And I believe I left some pamphlets with Duffy, if Duffy could provide paperwork, but I'll have a social worker follow up for sure.
All right. Good luck to you, Mr. Jones. Let me just make sure that you understand before you go, Mr. Jones. You know you can't go back to that Walmart. You understand that?
Hey, I'm like I said, I just barely got an ID. I'm trying to get me a job, sir.
Okay, all right. I just want to make sure. I don't want you to get yourself back into any trouble, okay?
Oh, no.
All right, good luck to you, sir.
Is Mr. Dotis ready for the breakout session here on medical?
Yes, I'm ready when you are.
Okay, so can we put him into a breakout room with medical, please?
Mr. Doty, you can, you should see a thing on yours to go back into one, and I'll bring her in.
I'm sorry, Mr. Jordan. I couldn't hear that.
On your laptop, do you see on the bottom of the screen on the breakout rooms? You should be able to go back to breakout room 1, and then I'll be automatically with you.
Your Honor, we're back.
Okay, where are we now?
Witness title. Position 25, I believe.
And Mr. McLean, position 25 is Ms. Rhodes.
That's ready for a negotiated plea, 25, the same, 33.
So
This is Ms. Rhodes right here.
okay. No, that's fine. And this is Ms. Rhodes. This is going to be a negotiated plea. Is that right?
That's right, Your Honor.
Good morning, Ms. Rhodes. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we are conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yeah, by video.
Okay.
Isn't this video right here?
Yes, that's what we're doing this by video. And my question was, do you agree to have your case heard by video today?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
You can put your hand down. Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Walker?
Yes, Your Honor. The state's recommendation is 12 months to serve 22 days, credit for time served 11 days, balance probated with the conditions of an FVIP course, no further contact with the victim, Corey Rhodes, and a stay away from the incident location, 1395 Oakland Drive, Southwest.
Mr. McLean?
She understands the terms and will agree to them. She asked the court to accept her negotiated plea of guilty, Your Honor. She stipulates to factual basis, jurisdiction, and that is state venue and identification.
Ms. Rhodes, it's my understanding that in case 20 CR 004852D, you wish to plead guilty to simple battery family violence. Is that correct?
I plead guilty to the 12 months probation and some classes he told me to take. And
okay, hold on, Ms. Rhodes. That's your sentence.
Oh.
Okay, so I need to know whether or not you're pleading guilty to the simple battery family violence that you're charged.
I plead guilty, but he pushed me first. He hit me first. And this is where they said it was year 2000, and they said to me it was year 2014. what they said, 2022, July the 7th. I have no acknowledgement of this. I have served so many times obstruction of this outrageous arrest that I am very tired of it. I'm being threatened
Okay,
because they won't let me.
Hold on, Ms. Rhodes. Let me just say, you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. What I need to know from you, and I need a yes or no answer, that you've been charged with, it's my understanding, Mr. Walker, the offense dated July 7th, 2020, with the offense of simple battery family violence. My question.
That's what I have as well.
My question to you, Ms. Rhodes, is do you plead guilty to this charge?
I plead guilty to it because it happened, but I didn't make the offense first.
Okay, I don't know what anybody else was charged with in this matter, Ms. Rhodes, but I just need to know from you if, I just need a yes, no answer, okay? And I
plead guilty because we got to fighting, but I didn't push first.
Okay, so.
And I feel threatened, and I feel that if I'm in a threatened way, if I would not say anything, I would be stuck in jail and I'd be in here for no reason.
Your Honor, I think it might be a good idea for me to have a further conversation with her. I would recommend that she converse with her.
Well, I just plead guilty so I can be let go.
Well, I'm not gonna let you do that, Ms. Rhodes. I'm not gonna accept the plea from you if you don't think that you're guilty of the charge, okay? Just because.
I'm guilty. I'm guilty.
Your Honor, I do have a bond argument to make for a signature bond. She's stable in her address. She's the only person on her lease, and she's 40 years old. This is I'm not going to call it a minor charge. It is an important matter, but I believe she will come to court.
She is here currently on an FTA, Your Honor. She FTA'd on January 22nd of 2021 in front of Judge Edline for a plea and arraignment. So the state would be objecting to a signature bond, and if they would like to be heard on bond, I would ask that sent back to Judge Edline to make a determination since she's the one who issued the bench warrant.
I'm gonna give you the opportunity to speak with her again, Mr. McLean. I'm not.
Where is all this coming from? That's why I said I feel threatened. Where is this coming from?
So I think there might be, I need for you to speak with her again, Mr. McLean.
Very good, I'll do that.
I'm not sure, and I'll hear the argument from you. I'm not sure if there needs to be an MH instead of a FVIP or something of that nature, but you let me know.
Thank you.
Okay, so can we take the next person and come back to Ms. Rhodes?
That would be number 33, Ms. Tittle. This is a negotiated plea, Your Honor.
Okay, good morning, Ms. Tittle. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Walker?
Yes, the state's recommendation is 12 months to serve 38 days, credit for time served of 19 days, balance probated with the conditions of an anti-theft course and a stay away from the Walmart located at, just wrote it down, I'm sorry. 4735 State Route 138.
Okay, Mr. McLean?
Your Honor, she'll do her best to get that course done as soon as possible. In all candor to the court, she does have 3 holds she's going to, so this is going to get complicated with her movements. But she does ask the court to accept her plea of guilty and to accept her stipulation of venue, identification, and factual basis.
Yeah, Ms. Tittle, it's my understanding that in case 23 CR 002815J, you wish to plead guilty to theft by deception. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and if by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept your plea as negotiated, Ms. Tittle. Let's see, as soon as you complete the theft course, the probation will terminate, okay? So the sooner you get that done, the sooner you won't be on probation.
Okay.
All right, good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, you need to go back. Is there anybody else? Mr. Dodas, are you ready with Ms. Armstrong?
Yes, Your Honor. After speaking with Ms. Armstrong, we might be able to resolve her case. After speaking with her, we were both a little confused. She's also on the add-on calendar as add-on position 1, but that case appears to be a duplicate case. So, we don't want to have her plead guilty to the same case twice. If we could get some clarity on why there are 2 cases that have the same discovery and the same facts and the same charge.
I'll take a look at it, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Walker. So do we have anyone else at ACDC that we can take?
Yes, those are Mr. Doda's clients, and I believe.
So let's take those while Mr. Walker's looking for information from Ms. Armstrong. And then once we take Mr. Dodas' cases, we can go back into a breakout room with Mr. McLean's.
Thank you, Your Honor. And I hate to sound like a broken record, but I will need a breakout room with both clients at ACDC.
Okay, so if we could put him into the breakout room. And okay, so we'll be in recess until you come back, Mr. Dodas.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, sir. Come on, fellas. You gonna sit in the second row? You don't see goddamn close down over there, bitch. You don't mind. I wasn't doing it. Put that there. What you doing? I put it up there. Good. But since you left it.
McLean, put it on mute in courtroom 2.
Is there gonna be an opportunity for me to talk to Ms. Rhodes again?
There's not.
Yes, Mr. Dodos.
Thank you, Your Honor. We're prepared on positions 15 and Ms. Grimes, position 12, when ACDC joins us.
You're telling me go ahead and do position 1 and add on 1 while we wait?
Oh, did we hear back from Mr. Walker? I'm sorry, I missed that.
Hey, so I'm looking at it now. So actually, it's not the same. It is the same incident date, but it's two different warrants. The case that ends in 479F, that originated out of South Fulton. And then the case that ends in 337, that is the case out of Alpharetta.
Okay.
So I'm still looking at the report. I'm guessing that she probably was released on citations for at least one of those cases. But there is two different warrants originating out of two different agencies. One is South Fulton and one is Alpharetta PD.
I just didn't know if you needed to say something like you.
Okay.
And if you look at the accusation, it lists the instant locations and they're separate.
Okay, I understand. I think after speaking with Ms. Armstrong, we just asked for a 1-week reset since this isn't what's holding her.
Okay, so to next Tuesday.
Perfect, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, so that's 5/23 reset. Okay, we'll see you back next week, Ms. Armstrong. Okay, so who do we have at ACDC?
There remains, Your Honor, the situation with Miss Rhodes. I need to talk to her again.
Okay, so either you're gonna have to call Mr. McLean. I want to get at least Mr. Dodos' cases done. I see that we have 12, 15, and 30 to go. Who do we have? Is Officer Milton not at ACDC right now?
They
want you.
Ready, Your Honor?
Yes, who do we have here?
Are you finished with position 15, Ms. Long?
We need to take Ms. Long.
Okay. She's
Okay.
right here.
All right, and what are we doing with Ms. Long?
Your Honor, this is going to be a negotiated plea.
Good morning, Ms. Long. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
I do agree.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
And who would I be swearing to?
I'm being serious. Who am I swearing to? To you all or to Almighty God, or who am I swearing to?
Who would you like to swear to?
I'm asking you according to your judicial practice, sir, respectfully.
Okay. Do you swear to the God that you believe in that you'll tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Let's see. Mr. Jones.
Yes, Your Honor. So the state's offer is going to be 12 months to serve, 32 days, credit for time served, 16 days, balance probated because there's a no further contact, a stay away. So the no further contact is going to be with Miss Daphne Ballard, and that's spelled Daphne. Ballard is Ballard. The stay away is going to be from 185 Central Ave, unless for business purposes, and 6 weeks of anger management.
Okay. Let's see, Mr. Dodos.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's our understanding of the offer. We stipulate the factual basis, venue, and ID for the purpose of this plea. I do have contact information from Ms. Long, so I think that she will be able to quickly and successfully complete her anger management. So we would ask the court to switch her over to non-reporting status upon completion of those classes. Additionally, Ms. Long would request this court to waive 2 months of probation fees to allow her to complete those courses. She's currently in the process of looking for residents in the Atlanta area. She has a job as a hairstylist I'm not sure if that's still waiting for, but we would just ask for a 2-month break to allow her to finish those anger management classes.
I think she can get those done pretty quickly. Therefore, I'm going to allow her to go non-reporting, but I'm not willing to waive any fees. Anything further?
We would note that the incident location was the courthouse, so we would ask for a stay away unless official business.
Excuse me, I don't mean any harm, but I haven't had the report yet about what happened or what you recorded.
Ms. Long,
Did
if you
you
have
guys-
questions, Miss
Yes, please tell me what happened. You know, we need to discuss. Do you have a copy of the report?
Ms. Long, if you want to speak further, I'm happy to do that in a breakout room, but we are being recorded right now.
Yes, thank you. Just as long as you acknowledge that I don't have a copy of the report. It's
Okay.
false anyway.
All right, so I'm going to allow you to do, it doesn't appear that you've had enough time to deal with Ms. Long, Mr. Douglas. I'm going to reset her until Thursday to give you the opportunity to get her what she needs before we move
That's a
forward.
real nice way to be a smart aleck.
Your Honor, if we could mute ACDC.
After what's been done to me, sir, y'all might not want to charge me.
Your Honor,
Okay.
I'd request a 1-week reset for Ms. Long.
Okay. 23rd,
Thank you, Your Honor.
okay. It looks like Officer Milton has, is not there.
But I'm not.
Who's up? Who do we have next, Officer Milton? You're on mute, Officer Milton.
Sorry about that.
You're fine. Who do we have?
It's Grimes.
Okay, good morning, Ms. Grimes. Let me just say before I have Ms. Brittany Tompkins in the courtroom with me. She's here on Ms. Grimes's case. I just wanted to let all the parties know. What are we doing with Ms. Grimes this morning?
Yes, Your Honor. This is going to be a non-negotiated plea. We would just ask for her to serve the full 365 days. She has credit for 201 days on this case.
She has credit for how much?
201 days.
And is that what you understand, Mr. Jones?
No, Your Honor, that is not my understanding. We're referring to 20 CR 0034778Y, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay, so there may be a tad bit of a miscommunication that's a S in front of the 30 days and not a 5 in front of the 30 days.
I understand that it was serving 30 days credit for 15 days, but it also has probation conditions. She doesn't have credit for just 15 days. She was previously in custody from May 24th, 2020 and released November 25th of 2020 for the same charge for 186 days for a total of 201 days. That's why we're just asking to serve the 365 because she has done all the jail time she needs on this case.
There's no objection.
Okay. Anything further?
Nothing further, Your Honor. We do stipulate to the factual basis, venue, and ID for the purpose of this case.
Okay. Ms. Grimes, it's my understanding that in case 20 CR 00478Y, you wish to plead guilty to battery family violence. I'm sorry, is that a yes?
Yes,
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
no,
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes,
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
yes.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty? Do you hear my question, Ms. Grimes?
I didn't hear you. What you said?
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
I will accept the plea as negotiated. Good luck to you, Ms. Grimes.
Thank you.
Roger, so what would it would?
And Your Honor, we would need to request a no pros for position 13, the attached FTA.
It's my understanding that the state was going to non-pros position 13.
Perfect. I didn't know if that was addressed. Thank you.
It's 365 days, credit for time served 201 days. Okay.
Are you
Um,
finished? Did you see, Your Honor?
Mr. McLean,
There we go. Yes, Your Honor.
I'd feel more comfortable with your client that's waiting, that if you come back on Thursday, you'll have more of an opportunity to speak with her.
That's fine, Your Honor. Thursday is only 2 days away. I'll see her.
Okay, and that was position,
Rhodes, I believe, was 25.
okay. So what about position 30?
And that was Ms. Tittle. I'm sorry, 30, excuse me. That's a waiver and waiver of presence, Your Honor.
Okay,
Your Honor, are you finished with ACDC?
yes, I believe.
Come on, are you?
Thank you.
What about Ms. Rhodes?
Thursday,
Mr. McLean?
Ms. Rhodes will be on Thursday. That'll be less than 48 hours from now.
Okay. Mr. Dotis, it appears that Mr. Pitts is still having problems connecting. As such, I don't mind rescheduling him so that he can come down here in person. Given that I've given him 2 opportunities at this point in time to appear. So would you contact him and let him know that if he wants the court to address this, and I'm happy to address it on Thursday, but he's gonna have to be here in person.
Okay.
He's had 2 opportunities. And Mr. McLean, your client's present.
Position 25.
So that case is being reset until Thursday. And with that, I believe that we've concluded the 9 o'clock calendar.
If we can go back to Ms. Grimes, had the other condition, correct?
No,
Just the, okay.
right, she served her time.
Thank you.
Okay, we're done, Officer Milton. I'll see you next time. Thank you.
All right, so Ms. Rhodes is complete?
She's
No,
reset, she's reset until Thursday.
Okay, thank you.
I thought you said you gonna talk to my public defender. Then
He is gonna speak with you, and you'll be reset so that he has an ample opportunity. to
I
speak.
have to wait some more. Why? I want to be let go today. I don't want to stay anymore. If you could talk to me, I'm gonna plead guilty so I can go home today.
And I'm not gonna allow that today. So.
Why?
Because of the conversations that I've already had with you, and
What conversation? You didn't even let me speak to him again.
well, and I'm gonna give you that opportunity, and you'll be able to come back before the court on Thursday. Officer
I
Milton.
don't want to come
Officer
there.
Milton.
Let me talk to him.
Officer
This is
Milton,
how
you're
fucking
done.
I've
Officer
seen.
Milton, please mute.
Can I talk to him?
I'll come see you, Ms. Rhodes.
Okay, Ms. Strong, are you ready to go over there?
Can you hear me?
Can everyone
Yes.
hear her? Okay, thank you.
Position number 1 was reset for the SAP calendar for May the 23rd. Position number 2 was waive arraignment, reset jail jury. Position number 3 was waive arraignment, reset jail jury.
Position number 4 and position number 5 were negotiated plea. Position number 6 was reset SAP, May the 23rd. Position number 7 was a negotiated plea. Position number 8 was a. What did we do with this? Okay, thank you. Position number 9 was released. Position number 10 was waiver arraignment, reset jail jury. Position number 10 was reset jail jury. Position number 11, the FTA was set aside. Position number 12 was a negotiated plea. Position number 13 was null pros. Position number 14 was a negotiated plea. Position number 15 was reset SAP for May the 23rd. Position number 16 was a negotiated plea. Position number 17 was null pros. Position number 18 was waiver arraignment, reset jail jury. Position number 19, reset waiver arraignment, reset jail jury. Position number 20 was a negotiated plea. Position number 21 and 22 were null pros. Position number 23 was a negotiated plea. Position number 24 was a negotiated plea. Position number 25 was reset for May the 18th, SAP. Position number 26, reset SAP, May the 25th. Position number 27 will also be reset for May the 25th. Position number 28 was transferred to the DA's office. I don't have 29. Was this a reset as well?
It needs to be reset. It was a Tennessee loan.
Oh, that's why I was asking. I didn't know how far we needed to reset it out.
29, I would say a week because we are now in contact with our Tennessee lawyer.
So May the 23rd?
That's fine.
And can we go back to position 28 briefly? So it's been accepted by the DA's office, but they've yet to send me the transfer order. So can we just reset that to Thursday just in case?
Sure.
Thank you.
Okay. Position number 30 was waiver arraignment, reset jail jury. Position number 31 was a negotiated plea. Position number 32 was a negotiated plea. Position number 33 was a negotiated plea. Position number 34 was released, reset further notice. And position number 35 will be reset as well. On the add-on calendar, Miss Armstrong will be reset for May the 23rd, SAP. And on the DV bench warrant calendar, Mr. Pitts will be reset for SAP on Thursday to appear in person.
And Your Honor, what courtroom should I tell him to come on Thursday?
G33.
I just wanted to confirm. Thank you.
Oh, I apologize, and I want to, Mr. Dixon's other case, the 21 CR 006540 C, also was a negotiated plea.
Okay. All right, thank you. I will see you on Thursday.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.